Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in Southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltoalan.com. Again, that's selltoalan.com.
Hey, Sammy here with SGM Landscaping, your local and family-owned landscape installation experts. Here at SGM, we offer a wide range of options from artificial turf, paver and travertine patios and walkways, custom barbecues, outdoor kitchens. We also specialize in custom putting greens. Every design is completely custom to suit your family's every need, keeping the safety of your children and pets in mind. Call SGM Landscaping today at 520-668-2281 or visit us online at sgmscapes.com for a free quote today.
Cheers to 3 years since last time you were here.
Yes,
Welcome back, friend.
Thank you. Good to be back.
You were on the second episode ever of the Now You Know podcast. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Was listening to it this morning after I had sent you it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, when was that? I thought it was only like 2 years ago. It was actually 3.
So much has changed. Like it does feel like yesterday. Like it doesn't feel like that long ago, man. And I listened to it too earlier after you sent it to me this morning too.
Yeah. How old's your daughter?
She's 3.
She's 3?
4 in April.
Wow.
Yeah. So time's
flying.
Yeah. My son's 1. We actually have another one baking in the oven right
Do
now.
you?
So,
My man's putting in work.
Yep, this is the last one.
He's putting that in work.
The last one. So
cheers, man.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. How about you? How's the family doing?
Good. I got a daughter. She's 2 years and 8 months, I think. And then, I've got a son who's going to be 7 months pretty soon here in a couple days.
Nice.
In 4 days, he'll be 7 months old. So we've both been putting in work.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
With the family building since that episode, and it's but that episode I had not had you do my turf that I fried from the windows. Remember?
No, we did it shortly after. Yeah, I remember. I remember that.
Yeah, it got all ate up by the sun.
Yep. Hey, the Now You Know podcast. Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know. Now you know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah,
so.
I learned the hard way, but it was great having you do it. I still have, I put those shades up and had you do it, and it's like, yeah, dude, have a professional come. Like, I'm at that point now, like in my house, where like, if it's not like super easy, I'm not gonna be that YouTube handyman, bro, because it doesn't always work out. There's been a couple times I caused more damage.
Oh yeah.
Than necessary to fix it.
to your brain too. You're just all heated because I know what you're saying.
Yeah. How's business since then, man? I mean, we were talking about some cool stuff that you were doing and with your company, and you were shortening the name, and
yeah.
So what's going on with that?
I mean, we're pretty much same thing, just getting better every day, I guess. So much has changed since then, man. Like I said, I mean, it's been a roller coaster. Business, being a small business owner, like, it's amazing, but also there's so many times that you just don't feel amazing, when was that we actually tried to have a second podcast? Was that last year or the year before that you invited me back and I was sitting in this seat?
I think it was last year in the summertime.
Okay.
Because I remember you came in and you had a pretty good like sunburn or like tan going on.
I don't even remember, dude. Just to be honest, man, like where I was going with that.
Push this a little closer to you just so you're in it a little more. There you go.
Just to be honest with, how things have gone since then. I mean, we've done some really amazing things, and then, I mean, I've lost myself, I feel like, as an individual 300 times since the beginning, and found myself, and even this, like right now, currently, like I feel like I'm recreating myself for the 300th time. Mm-hmm. But that last visit was painful. Like, you remember I texted you, I was like, hey man, please don't air this one. I'm sorry that I wasted your time. Like, that one, that sucked for me. You know what I mean? But I just was not in a good place with anything. And I think where my head was at, I just didn't have a lot of good things to say, I don't feel, on that last podcast. And that was just a reflection of where I was at in my life. Yeah. My team, we were making it through, but my focus wasn't where it needed to be. I had a lot of good people that were on my side take off, and I don't blame them. And I had some other good ones stick by my side, you know, knowing what I'm capable of and what I can really do when I put my head to it, you know. But yeah, man, things have been amazing and things have been crappy, you know, to say the least. And but we're still here. I mean, luckily, year after year, we've continued to do better than the year before. So we continue to build, but I guess that's part of it, just learning and destructing yourself, being self-destructive, and then bringing it back. You know, that's how you learn. That's how you get better.
I can't disagree with you on that, man. And the podcast episode, like, listeners, it is not a big deal. We had one just last week that's never going to see the light of day, right? Just because the person was off. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there's this super rare, but something technical. We'll get a gremlin in here. Yeah. To just like destroys the file or just causes something, right? And it's super, super rare. But, you know, I mean, just last week we had one, and the person kept running into roadblocks in their conversation, and it kind of just, it's not one of those ones we go, hey, we're going to put this out just because, you know, it's
quality over quantity.
Yeah. There's a realness to it, right? Like it's real, and you're just being real. You're like, hey, I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't preaching what I was doing. It's
you're
okay.
Just wearing yourself. And at that point in time, I wasn't myself. And I'm sure that person, you know, but that was a wake up call for me, dude. Mm-hmm. That really was. Like, that was kind of a turning point to the road to bettering myself again for the millionth time. Yeah. You know?
Well, we get faced with all of these temptations and things all the time to pull us from where we should be going. Yeah. Right. It's like with just the sexiness of it, or it sounds good, or it's fun. Yeah. It's way more fun than doing this. I mean, I'd be lying if I said, you know, that I didn't feel the same way that you do, you know, but it's the learning and it's the how of what we're doing. I told my wife, I said, this has been the hardest shit I've ever done.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just,
but it's the most rewarding.
Yeah, dude. And I was a police officer. You know what I mean?
Like, you've seen some shit.
Yeah, I've seen some shit. Yeah. So like I told the wife, she's like, how are you feeling and everything? I'm like, babe, this is the hardest shit I've ever done. And a lot of the battles aren't with outside things. Mm-hmm. It's in your head. It's with yourself. Yep. Right? You get caught up in that. Am I doing it this way? And am I being practical? Am I, doing what other, like you get caught up in all this noise. Yeah. So I feel you on that.
There's a lot of, like, I think I've got this from Wes Watson, but there's a lot of fake hard going on. A lot of fake hard going on in social media.
I got to show you a video on the podcast, dude. Tell me more. Tell me more.
So there's a lot of fake hard going on, dude. And the more that I looked at it, and the more that I saw myself every morning, I was like, dude, I'm fake hard. Like, I'm fake hard. And I've always, like, I've always been a go-getter. But something that I'm starting to realize a little bit later, dude, is, I like to do all these things, and I like to be called this, or I like to be called that. And I've always kind of done just what I needed to get there. And then once I got there, I would just get comfortable. And like on the last podcast that we were talking about, I have a million second places in a bunch of different sports and categories. Never a first. It's because I always felt like I always did enough to have that, I guess, persona and be up there. You know what I mean? But like, I never had that drive to just take it to the next level, to take it to the limits. Like, there was, again, that fake hard to me is, you remember back in the day, like middle school, kids were skateboarding. They always wear like flip t-shirts or independent or this and that. And like, you'd be like, oh, dude, that kid skates, like, awesome. Let's go skate with him. Mm-hmm. Hops on a board, can't even ride the damn thing. You know what I mean? It's like, that's how I was starting to feel about my life after a while. And I got sick of it. And like this year, dude, there's no being fake hard. You're gonna, I started a new Instagram and like ditched all the old stuff, got some new stuff. And it's like, 2024, you're going to see a different SGM. You're going to see a different Sammy. And like, I don't want to be fake hard, dude. Everything that I have and everything that I do, like, I want it to be 100%. And like, again, just not being fake hard, dude. Just being real as it comes.
So you've installed this higher accountability of
absolutely
yourself.
Started 75 hard on the first of the year.
And what is that for the listeners? I mean, I don't.
So 75 hard is essentially like, a lot of people think of it as kind of like a social media challenge. It's not really what it is. I've been a longtime listener of Andy Frisella back when he was the MF CEO. It's now the Real AF podcast. And he basically started this program, like it's a mental toughness program. You have to work out twice a day for 45 minutes each. One of them has to be outside, doesn't matter what the weather is. You got to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book, self-improvement book, which, anyways, I'll get back to that. Do that, drink a gallon of water per day, and take a progress picture every day. Those tasks don't seem ridiculous, do they? They seem pretty doable, right?
Yeah, manageable for sure.
But for 75 days straight, you got to do that. Doesn't matter whose birthday party it is. Doesn't matter who's in town. And no alcohol. You got to stick to a diet. So like within all those little things, there's structure behind it that you have to implement every single day. And these are all things that I've done at one point in my life, just never put them all together. And to be honest, I've always been like, oh, I could do 75 hard. Well, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to tweak this, or I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a version of it. And like, that's not what it's for. Like it's meant to break you down, like to make you mentally tough and just, I guess, instill, just the toughest, how do I say it? Just to build the toughest, most mentally tough person that you can be. It's tried and true. A lot of people do it. And I see a lot of people, again, doing it and tweaking it. And like, you can't tweak it because once you start to get uncomfortable in life and you just don't go just straight through the shit and you start tweaking stuff, that's when you start getting lazy.
Yeah.
That's when you start taking the easy route. And that's when that's where I was.
Yeah.
I got comfortable with where I got my business and I started taking the easy route. The least amount of work I could do so I could go golfing. The least amount of work I could do so I could go screw off with my friends, if my lady's out at her mom's with the kids or something like that. You know what I mean? It was like any opportunity I had to go screw off, I was doing it. And like this, I'm on day 22 right now. And I already noticed the difference, man. Yeah. Just getting it done. Just basically what it's having me do.
I do too, man.
Getting it done.
I do. I notice the difference for sure.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, you're way confident today.
Yeah.
In a good way. I'm not saying
dude,
like,
I lost it for so long.
Not
bro.
like in a bad way. Like you're not in here like, hey, I'm fucking King Dick of the world. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
it's hey, I'm Sammy. I'm here. Like it's definitely different than the last time I saw you. And I'm just being real. I mean, like if I was like that, I expect you to be like, Dave, you weren't. And you've been real with me before. You've been like, Dave, this isn't working, or you know what I mean? So like, I'm just definitely, dude. Definitely different, Sammy, man. In a good way.
A lot of it too. Again, I'm finding myself again, and it's going to happen at some point again, at another time, But now I'm getting these tools together, so next time it happens, I'm not going to let myself get that far. I also started working with a coach too. I went to high school with her, Tanya, and she's her whole thing's like functional bodybuilding. So like I'm working with her too to help keep my workout program on track.
Right.
She's helped me, overcome some injuries that I was just, again, taking the easy route and leaving those alone. But mentally and spiritually, like I work with her on that too. And I think she's asking me a lot of the times she just listens to me, and the questions that I'm asking her, like the way that she just lets me get it out, I'm answering my own questions. Yeah. And it's like, I just needed that. You know what I mean? So
does she have socials?
Absolutely.
Shout her out, man.
Yeah, it's the functional bodybuilder on Instagram. Tanya Lopez again. And I think that's her I'm pretty positive that's her last name, but functional bodybuilding. Yeah, check her out. She actually just put together a little academy, I guess, university for functional bodybuilding. So it's something that I haven't really seen, and that's what was like, kind of made me go that route. Is it's something different, and it's something that I was looking for, and I think a lot of other people are looking for, and she can fill that void there. Yeah.
What is feeding your ultimate desire to be the best version of you and like the best business owner? What is like, what's behind all that? Like, I think we all have these like reasons of why we're really doing everything we're doing.
Because I've never been there before. It's something that I haven't done yet. And I'm the type of person that, like I said on the last podcast too, like I don't quit. Like that's just something, sometimes my downfall, but it's helped me to get to new places. And I just get bored doing the same thing over and over and over again, which is funny because I'm doing 75 hard because that's monotonous for 75 days. But this teaches you to get to that next level. You have to go through this monotonous stuff every single day.
Yeah, it's like a rewiring of your brain.
Yeah, man, it really is. I'm only on day 22. I know I can make it 75. We'll see what happens, but I know I can do it. But it's to answer that question, dude. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I've just never seen the best version of myself. I've never brought it, and I really want to know what that looks like. I've gotten close.
Yeah.
But that's what drives me. Of course, my family, dude. Like, this past year, 23 was really good to us, man. We moved into, like, we just got a lot of things and got to do a lot of things that had I stayed working for somebody else or shorting myself and not wanting to be the best version of myself, my family and I would have never seen any of this stuff. And I'm not done, dude. Like, there's, materialistic thing too. Like, I used to think it was bad to think about materialistic stuff, but you got to start somewhere. Like, you got to drive yourself. You know what I mean? As a little kid, you do your chores because you wanted your parents to buy you that bicycle for your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You'd pick up the yard, whatever, the beans and stuff from the mesquite trees because, I wanted to go ride my bikes with my friends at the skate park this weekend. I need, you know what I mean? So, like, there's incentive. Like, there's all this stuff that, like, I do want a lot of material things, and I want to create a good life for my family, and I enjoy going out places and not having to worry about what we can eat for dinner and stuff like that. And like, another part of me is as to why I want to do all this stuff is because, like, I would like to help people someday too, and I'd like to what I know, if people want to hear it, I want to help them with it, help them see what I'm seeing, what I've experienced. Because, like, dude, we're not even close yet. There's people doing way better than me, but I know I'm way better than I was back in 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's more to it.
Yeah. It's a never-ending battle, man. There'll always be people better than us.
Always.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
that gives you something to shoot for, though.
It for sure does.
And, if your friends aren't laughing at your goals, then they're not big enough. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you can tell people what you want to do and let them laugh at you and feed that, or you can keep it quiet, whatever you choose to do. But
yeah,
I know my goals are laughable, but I won't.
That's okay.
I won't be laughing. And I mean, I will be, but like doing some cool stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what I want.
Yeah. You ain't pushing it unless your friends or family, even like my family, like, I'm not going to highlight any specific person, but telling them what we're doing and what we were setting out to do. They're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're good. Don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
But, dude,
but you're like, what?
Yeah. And admittedly, it's not their fault. I mean, they've been trained to kind of think that way from the way that, you know what I'm saying? Like, luckily, my parents and a lot of my family always have my back. They always gas me up with a lot of stuff. But, a lot of people like that they laugh, it's not your fault, or they're, they're just kind of like, hey, you doing that yard cleanup still? And it's just kind of like, that kind of sounds like they're talking down on me. You know what I mean? It's just like,
yard cleanup,
but honestly, I was really proud of the yard cleanup, dude, because that's what got me started. And that took me to levels, just I never would have thought, like I said, it's leaps and bounds further, but it's still a long way to go.
Yeah. There is all kinds of stuff going on around this building right now. You hear it all?
Yeah, they're having a good day. We are too.
So there's like there's a big photo training going on this side of the venue, and I can hear them like laughing and stuff in the background. Makes me kind of happy.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we got a crowd for us here today. So,
what's SGM doing in 24? It's different. What are you going after? What are you trying to achieve?
Oh man. There's a lot. And some of it, I mean, I don't want to speak too much. But I think the goal with SGM this year is, like, I used to want to have this huge company, big, bunch of trucks and this and that. And I found over the years that when I kind of lessened the load with everybody that I wanted to bring on and found a few key players, we were able to do a lot more. And my team right now, they take really good care of me. Our knowledge on what we do, I'm so blessed with it, dude, because the knowledge that we have, the skill, and every single time, like, dude, if I could just dig in this phone from everybody, like, they say the same exact thing. Your guys work so great. They're so fast. They're so polite, and they clean up after they're done. Like, that right there we're going to build off of that right there. We're not going to be like, hey, we need all hands on deck and I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care anymore to have these trucks with my name all over. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, I just want to get this shit done. And I just want to keep destroying everybody else because, you know, we're learning a lot and we still really haven't been able to get out of kind of where we've been these last few years as far as the installations that we do. We're capable of doing so much more now. And it's like, we just need to start doing these opportunities. And I think it's up to me to start showcasing this because as you know, my social media, like I need to keep up with that. Like I need to start doing that a couple times, several times a week because people still don't exactly know. Like, that's why people are still like, are you still doing that yard cleaning business? And like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, now actually, you know, we can do crazy stuff now, you know what I mean, like that you never would have thought of. Like our putting greens in Tucson, I know we're second to none. Like there's, you know, and my guys don't even golf. That's the thing. It's like they're creating like realistic putting greens and they don't even golf. Like when we did my backyard, when we finished up with my backyard, I handed all the guys a putter and some ball. Dude, it was freaking painful to watch. It was hilarious. But here I am. They built me a sand bunker in my backyard, which is now just a sandbox for my kids. I don't even get to use but it's awesome. Like that was the point, you know what I mean? So that way, you know, it all goes together. But look wise, it's cool, but also like my kids enjoy the hell out of it, you know? But dude, there's that. I mean, outdoor kitchens, like there's just all kinds of stuff. And like, I really wanted to get into pools and like, I'm kind of pulling back on that. So I guess I can say that now because for a while it was like I wanted to go that route, but I think I'm just going to taper back. I've kind of, decided to break this whole thing down because I'm the face of my company, man.
You good? My
guys, they depend on me to sell the jobs, to get us to work, to let the clients, you know, to provide the clients a peace of mind that they're going with the right person. And I'm just trying to rebuild all of that. And again, it's right now, quantity is nice, but it's not quantity. Like we always provide the best quality. And I mean, if we've ever had any issues, my guys are there to fix it. Like same week, you know. I
got to go out with you to one of your recent jobs in the Tucson Mountain Reserve area, I think it was, or something. Yeah. Gosh, dang, man. Kitchen, what do you call that thing? The
pergola.
The pergola. The turf. The fire setup you guys put out. Oh man, yeah. If listeners go check out his Facebook. He's got some videos and some pictures of that stuff. I was like blown away because I had like turf done. You know what I mean? A small patch compared to what I saw over there. Yeah. But I got to see what it looked like before. So when I saw like before and then you see after, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Like it's in. That's so awesome too, just to see that and to have, you know, people that have my back like that, because it's like I literally showed my guys what I needed done, and then you know, it's like here's the schematics to how this all goes together, where we needed measurements and everything. And then I come back in like a day or two and it's pretty much wrapped up, like close to being wrapped up. Jeez. Well, a part of that one, I'm sorry. We got rain delays and stuff on that one. So that one was a little bit, but it's just crazy to see, like you said, the transformation. And like that makes you feel good, dude. And as cheesy as it sounds, like, you know, when the clients say that same thing, like your guys are so good and blah, blah, blah. Like they're so fast, efficient. They don't stop. And like, they're very like, that's the stuff right there. That's like, dude, this is what we're doing. This is what we do. This is why we do it, but this is also why we get paid. Right. Because we're not out here trying to do the fastest job to get, you know, just to pass. Like, it's like, no, we want people to be happy. Yeah.
That lady was pumped. Yeah. She was all stoked it was being filmed.
She's
like,
awesome.
Let me know when it's up. Let me know.
She's awesome. Funny little story on that one too, dude. So her son, I guess one of somebody that worked on the set of Fast and the Furious lives right up the road. And like his mailbox, he's got like a it looks like a little camera for his mailbox and stuff like that. She still sends me stuff now and then, like just to kind of keep in touch. And I appreciate that, you know, like that lets me know that we get along good with the clients and they appreciate us. But long story short, I was super pumped on it because her son, they had all the cars over there, like Toretto's RX-7, Brian's Eclipse. There was one other one. I don't know. I want to say it was Vince's Nissan, just based off of the the door jams. But anyways, I thought that was really cool. And like, that's the stuff that like, when you get to know your clients and you work with them on a personal level, like this is the type of stuff that you get to see.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, that was right here in Tucson. Oh, and Justin Bieber's wife like grew up right up the street. I don't even remember what's her name, Hailey Bieber, I think. But like, isn't that nuts, dude? Like,
yeah. Well, you did a job for somebody that's huge down here in Tucson already.
So
I know you. I'm not gonna say it because I know you were like, hey, I did this yard.
No, so like I got to design it on a 3D level. My guys got to work on this with some other people, which taught us how to make a realistic putting green. The guy that invented it, actually, he's an engineer, and he's the one that invented a sandfill green. So I got to design it. My guys got to be a part of it while working with this amazing installer. Mm-hmm. It was U of A head coach's U of A Tommy Lloyd. So
there it is. I was going to say it. No, hey, I was going to say you did Tommy Lloyd's yard.
I'm not going to show I'm not going to show pictures or anything. Like, I can't do that. But like, I got to meet the guy, and cool guy. Yeah. And to be honest, I don't even think he knew I was a part of it or the one that designed it, because every time I showed up, it was just, it's
all business.
Yeah. Yeah. My partner's job. I was just there to help out.
That's so cool, man. But earlier you were talking about all these like fake cards. Mm-hmm. I came across this guy not too long ago. I don't know if you heard of him, Gino the Ghost. Have you heard of him?
I don't think so.
So he goes around and he just like makes fun and roasts these entrepreneur bros.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
Have you heard of that?
No,
entrepreneur bros. So like
I
hit the hashtag, man. It is like the just most ridiculous stuff. Like these like kids that are just like making these podcasts trying like, oh, you spend 20 million. Yeah, I'd spend 20 million faster. You could say 20 million. And there's this one. I'm going to show you so that people will be able to hear the audio. If you get a chance, go check out Gino the Ghost on Instagram or TikTok and look for this one. It's called 300 Dudes.
Oh, all right.
So I'm going to play it for you, man. I'll play it by the mic so you can see it. I saved it because
it was worth saving.
Oh, man. Like I sent it to my brother and I'm like, dude, look at this. This is just absurd. But the way he says dudes, and he's like, why stop there? Here we go.
About this 300 dudes, everybody nets $1 million a year, which is super easy to do. Now you have a network that's worth $300 million in its first year. The next year, it's worth 600. In 10 years, you have a $3 billion network. How do you think the rich people operate?
Think about this. 300 dudes. You each net $1 million a year, which is super easy to do. 300 dudes, because women don't make money. If you got 20 rental homes if you can get 300 dudes before you're 30, why stop there? You get 800 dudes. Everybody nets $1 billion a year, which is super easy to do, right? Now you have $800 billion.
It's that easy.
Now you have the net worth of the GDP of Switzerland.
I love it.
Oh, how easy is it to make $1 million, bro?
Dude, it's super so easy, right? Dude. Like, all you got to do is quit your job tomorrow, link up with 300 dudes.
No, 800 dudes.
800 dudes. 1,200 dudes.
I'll shoot you the rest of the video. Just kind of like he goes even way off.
No, but it's true, man. And again, what I was saying in that last podcast is like it's still happening. You still have these people that are out here like selling you information that they've read about, but they haven't. It's fake hard. Like they haven't done any of that. They've and like people are paying them to do it, and it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
But I respect the hustle and I respect the grind. But if somebody's gonna pay for those courses, like that's kind of their fault for, not really knowing, because you're gonna get stuff like that, and that's the way, dude. I'm glad somebody's doing that though.
Really dude, it's like unforgiving. Go on that. He's got a podcast too. Nobody's safe, bro. Nobody's safe.
Well, good. It's exposing.
Yeah, don't open it in church. Don't open this podcast episode in church either, because cursed a little bit. But that's what I like about podcasting too, and like being able to say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
So if I want to cuss on episode, I'm going to cuss on episode.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I just I think I can take that anywhere in a professional sense. You just got to read the room. And I mean, it's something that I've like. I don't see it as much anymore, but I was seeing it from a lot of influencers. They were like, get the fuck up in the morning, go do that. It's
Yeah.
like you're trying way too hard. Like, you've like, I could tell you've never cussed before. Get some practice. Come back. Be natural with it, bro. Let's go.
Entrepreneur, bro.
Yeah.
Motivation, bro.
Yeah.
All these bros.
Oh my God.
Man, I just yeah, I've been watching all his videos and just dying.
Yeah.
So I had to bring that. Shout out to Gino the Ghost. Hopefully you don't find something to roast me on, but if you do, I'll take the publicity. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like- that's the other thing too. Is like, other people are gonna go look up that fool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to now. I got to see it. I just want to see what else. Like, but that's genius in his.
Yeah.
Like, that's him doing his thing, and
And hopefully he doesn't
I
make me
respect
take
that.
our podcast episode down from it. I'll just cut that piece out if I have to.
Wow,
People get
we
weird.
shouted him out, dude.
Yeah, people get weird. It's just
Oh, because
yeah.
of the clip.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got credit there. Everybody knows
yeah.
who it is.
Yeah.
It wasn't you in that back room with the wig and glasses there. So
Yeah. You were talking earlier too about how you found like this small key team basically to like help you. You guys are killing it.
Mhm.
And there's somebody here. We have a conversation. Give me 3 badass people.
what do you mean?
Just
It's
3 badass people to help
Just
take
to-
over. Like it's just like a term we say like,
Oh,
hey, give me just
okay.
3 badass people to get all this shit done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Just 3. You just need that core to just like really kick ass.
Yeah.
And it's so true.
It is.
Like you can get sidetracked by trying to get more people to try to complete things, but like you find those core people, they're multi-talented individuals.
Yeah.
They have like that drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you were talking about your team, I'm like,
They all have the drive, just different
Yeah.
attributes, I guess. Is
Yeah.
that what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah.
they have different skill sets.
and it takes time to get there. Like it takes like to matter. Like for me, just my opinion, it's like a matter of luck, but also a matter of talent.
And you
looking
got
for
to separate
talent.
that too.
Yeah,
You got to separate that.
because man, yeah, and so we've had so many people come through here, man. Like we've had MBAs come through here and blow it.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I got a degree, gone.
cool. Cool.
But you got that key, man. I love that. Like hearing that. It's just like
And not downplaying anybody that has a
no. I get
but,
that.
Like, like if you think about it, there's a lot of people in our generation right now that have degrees.
Mhm.
They've never worked a job in their life. Like they've literally went to college. Like
Yeah.
like that says a lot right there that you stuck something out that long
Yeah,
to finish it
commitment, man,
Because
yeah.
I haven't done it. I couldn't do it. School's not for me. But you have these people. There's a lot of entitlement going on too right now. Like just that's very plain to see. But the reason why I say cool, like you have a degree, that's cool, big deal. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of other people that have degrees too that like they have experience too, and they're getting hired, and I think that's starting to come back.
Yeah.
As far as like a degree used to be everything for people, for employers. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
now it's like you need the experience plus plus
Glad
your
you-
degree.
I'm glad you brought that up. So Ken Coleman, who's part of the whole Ramsey program, I'm a huge fan of Dave Ramsey. If you're not checking out Dave Ramsey, you should. His financial advice.
My mom got me one of his books
Yeah.
way before I started, and I should practice a lot more of it. But
My wife got me into that, and it was a big game changer for us. But there was Ken Coleman put out something. I'm trying to find the statistic of it. I'm just gonna go on his gram real quick.
yeah, heck yeah, Dave Ramsey. Like I said, I can't say that I've read a whole lot, but I think I read the Total Money Makeover.
Yeah.
My mom realized what I was doing when I was living with her, so she's like,
chemistry for 6 years.
Sorry about that. All right, so here it is. It's companies plan to eliminate bachelor's degree requirements in 2024. So 45% of corporations in the U.S. will eliminate that requirement this year.
good.
39% will not eliminate. So you got a couple companies not, and then there's 16% are not sure.
Yeah,
So
I think that's gonna help.
it's an interesting figure.
If we can get this economy turned around, I think that's going to help out a lot with people getting jobs again.
Yeah.
Because like, if you think about it, it's going to get a lot more people motivated to work again. Because
Yeah.
like right now, like I wish there's things like where you could tell these people like, there's a spot for you. You can do this, you could do that. But like right now they're not seeing it because like I don't have a degree. I'm not worth shit. I can't do anything. And like these are really skilled people, but this kind of goes back to when I was working at the mines. Like that was all based off seniority. And like there was, I didn't have a great attitude when I worked there. I was probably, I know I was an asshole to work with, and I wasn't a happy person there. But part of it was because there was other people that were doing these jobs that were ahead of me just because they had seniority or they had this or that. And it wasn't based off experience or skill set or anything like that. And I think like that's why there's so many people in the wrong jobs these days politically. Like it's like who you know, or you know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, let's go off of what people can do.
Yeah.
Like I don't hire guys. I don't care, dude. I don't care you've been in prison, like this or that. Like obviously you know, you got to be a good person. And you know, when you're in people's houses, people screw up in life and people do bad things. But it's like, dude, if you're the right person for the job, you know what you're doing and you're personable and you're somebody that I would, you know, like to have on my team, I'm going to hire you, dude.
Yeah.
And I think, of course, that doesn't go with everything, but a lot more.
Yeah, well, your specialized stuff like accounting and engineer. Well, even to the point, I mean, engineering kind of, but like, you know, specialized stuff like doctors and
yeah.
you know, we need that, you know, but
we do.
There's a lot of fluff out there degree wise that I think that is all the covers off.
Yeah.
Like, hey, colleges made their money on it, but it's like, what are you really doing in the real world?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to smash it on this one. Gender studies. What are we doing?
What are we studying?
You know what I mean? Like imagine, like I know somebody that studied that and they got out in the job market and they're like, yeah, you can work some retail.
Yeah.
You
They're
know what I mean?
overqualified.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
but it's also like, what, you know, what is this for?
yeah, it's like,
What is your, and that's, you know, this touches on something I've been trying to work on lately too, is just be intentional with everything. Like what's the end goal here?
right.
And if I don't have an end goal, then what is this like working towards for the time being?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just got to be intentional with stuff, dude.
I find that a lot now too with time.
Yeah.
Like when you're scheduling meetings and stuff now, like what's coming to this? Like sometimes it's maybe a year or two down the road. Like I gotta be intentional in seeing that that's going to be something year or two down the road. But man, that's been the biggest one for me lately. I know you didn't ask, but I thought I'd tell you.
Dude, share more on it. No, I want to hear more of it, dude.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I think I like for a while, you know, we had this pretty good flow of just kind of how we're doing. Again, right, kind of talking about some comfortability, and shame on me for doing that, right?
Dude, everybody does it.
Yeah, but now it's getting to the point because we're getting into the political season, and our company gets hired by people running a campaign to help get the word out about them, to help get them more votes using the means we have. And it's like all of a sudden, I think it was like August this last year, it just rocket went off, gone, right? And it's like now it's just I find people are trying to make time to see us or talk to us or do something or reach out to me, or whether it's Clint Peake, the president, and it's like, how is this meeting? Where are we going with it?
Yeah.
Like, what's the intention behind it? Like, I don't want to just come and hang out. Like, I mean, I'll hang out with you outside, but like, what are we doing here? Kind of, it's to that point.
Yeah.
And you talk about it being intentional, and it's like, it's just a new experience, I think, for us to really navigate through.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know what comes after that, like, you know, but it's just been something interesting, really. I've been seeing, and I could tell that I'm kind of like a little more
about business.
Yeah, I'm a little more, you're assertive on it, you know, like, hey, we gotta, what time is, you know what I mean? And Clint's probably like, yeah, that guy needs to calm down a little bit, but he's, you know, but I kind of find myself in that lane.
I think that's a good thing. And I used to think it was kind of like disrespectful, but the more that I learned, like when I get into hire clients' backyards and whatnot, like this is going to time with what you're saying. Like they don't have a lot of time in their busy schedule. So like what I do to cut down their time is try to just save them time, try to just get straight to the point, because they want to get the stuff done. We can be friends, we can be buddies, but at the same time, like they're not looking for a new best friend.
Yeah.
They're not looking for any of that. They're looking to get their yard taken care of. And that's that, you know what I mean? So something that I've been kind of working on with my lady too, is like, we like up until a couple weeks ago were nonstop every single weekend, because our son turned 1 on Halloween. So since then, every weekend we had something to do. I was getting tired. I was tired with my business. I was screwing up within the business on stuff here and there. And it's like, now everything's got to be intentional. And like, again, talking about 75 hard, it's helping me do that, because I have all these other things that I need to do, but I have to make sure that I'm being intentional with my time. Otherwise I can't get done what I need with my family. what I need within my business, but to get these 5 other bullshit tasks done too. You know what I mean? It's like, so dude, I totally understand that, you know, you're running around with your head cut off and everything like that. But at the same time, like that's helping you realize like, all right, dude, well, I don't have time. Like I would love to see my boy for coffee this morning or something like that. But like, dude, I got shit to do and I got to get it done. And, you know, that's kind of helping me this last year is just not being attracted to the shininess when it's like, oh, could I put this off until tomorrow? Yeah, dude, what time's the tea time? I'll be right there. It's like nowadays it's like, sorry, brother, can't make it. Or this weekend, you want to do this. And it was like, I would love to, but I have, you know, my brand new house is dirty as hell because like I've been doing shit for the last, you know, 300 weekends. So.
Yeah. Hey, if you're looking for a cleaning lady, I got a really good one.
We're going to get there. Yeah.
Let me know. She's awesome. She just works
admittedly,
for herself.
dude, I mean, we've lived there.
Game changer for us, man.
We're going to talk about that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Oh, man, because we were running into that because the wife, like, she never works a standard 40, do what she does. So it's like, I got you.
And that goes back to what you were, what were you saying earlier? About paying people to do stuff for you.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that I used to be very prideful about. It was like, I can fix this, I can fix that. Like, well, I'm capable. What is it costing me here?
Yeah.
And that's something that, like, I wish more of my clients thought about because they're like, well, I can do this by myself and I can do this. Like, I can take care of take care of this part of the job for you guys, save me money. It's like, realistically, it's costing you time. Time is money.
Time is money now, man. Yeah.
You know, I kind of, you know, my dad grew up very, very poor and he fixed everything. He always has. He still does. I mean, the only thing that he can't really do is, you know, hook up cable. I'm sure he could do it still if he wanted to. Just doesn't want to go to prison this late in his life. But, you know, that was something that I learned. And that's why I'm so hard headed. And what took me so long was just, you know, trying to do stuff on your own. And as many hats as I wear, I don't need to wear anymore. You know?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Dude, it's been awesome having you back here again, brother.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me.
We are like out of time. It's already been 40 minutes.
Oh, shoot, man.
So we're going to have to do another one. I had a lot of other questions to ask you.
Dude, let's do it.
Before we go, I got this one. It's just out of left.
It's not another dad joke, is it?
No, it's not. If you could be, no, not if you could be. If you had to be a kitchen appliance, what would you be and why?
Oh, man. If I had to be a kitchen appliance. Well, I keep Alexa in my kitchen. So that counts? No?
Yeah, no, that works. Why? Why? What is it? Why would you want to be Alexa?
She's got the answer for everything.
Yeah?
If you need to figure it out, Alexa, what's the weather today?
This is true.
Oh.
Hey, has yours been a little wonky though lately?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, did you know what happened? They like laid off all their people running that program.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah. It's been like, I can never get it to play music in the right room anymore.
Yeah.
I can't.
Ours has been just giving us the weather randomly. Like, just like, you know, it's just, well, thanks. It's 6 o'clock. Thanks for letting me know what we're looking at tomorrow. That being said, dude, just something Alexa. Really quickly, and I don't want to go off the rails on like what we do here, but, you know, we need to be careful. Like, I don't want to get political here, but I think everybody needs to start doing some homework, start doing some research on what's coming in 2024. I think, you know, if things keep going the way that they're going right now, like by the time our kids get to high school, we're not going to have the United States anymore.
Yeah.
And like, I don't mean to get that deep, but, you know, we briefly touched on it a little bit earlier.
I'm not afraid of it, man.
People are getting laid off. I know people don't like to hear it. It's a scary thought to think about, dude. But we're already seeing it. I mean, all of us small business owners, we're not going to be here anymore. Like, we think we're free. We're not.
No.
And like, yeah, it's going to get crazy. So I'm not going to tell anybody anything specifically, but start doing your research, put your pride aside, and let's just do the right thing for our family, for our kids.
Let me ask the listeners this, because you said that. Mm-hmm. How does your wallet feel today?
How does my wallet feel today?
I'm asking them too. How does your wallet feel? How do you feel security wise? How does your wallet feel?
Yeah.
How do you feel about all the stuff going on around you? Like, when you're considering that, I think there's just some pretty easy questions to ask, to answer. Yeah. Right. I'm with you. I'm not going to push a certain direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm right in the middle, and where the middle for the most part is common sense.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of not common sense stuff going on right now. And to say our kids are going to pay, Our kids are already paying, bro.
So, and it's like, well, this isn't our problem. It's not happening to us now. Like, it's going to happen.
And it starts at the local level. Yeah.
Yes.
You need to really, like, when I tell people
I'm getting goosebumps
when you get politically involved, you got to start at the local level.
Yeah.
Because that's really where the impact starts. Because you can see the local level have a real direct result. For instance, I'll go back to COVID. Okay. The jurisdictions around where we're located, they shut down completely.
Yeah.
And they told small business owners, good luck.
Yeah.
But you ain't doing anything.
They don't care,
right?
dude.
You know, and Mayor Ed Honey has become he's become a great mentor for me and the people that are involved in our company and people in the community. He's out there and he's talking to people. Ed Honey was like, we're not shutting down. Do what you want.
Good.
During that time, right?
He knew what was up.
And the county was saying, hey, you need to shut down. And he's like, no, we're not shutting down here.
For what?
Yeah, right. So when you talk about that, you know, the people that are in power now, I'm not afraid to say it, they overplayed their hand, dude.
Yeah.
And we talk about it very often.
They're getting exposed now.
You overplayed your hand. You blew it. Whatever thing you were trying to run, everybody knows now.
Yeah.
Right. And it's gonna be. Clint's been saying it, man. It is going to be an ugly ass summer.
It is, dude. It is. And like, honestly, I don't want it to, but dude, I like at this point in my life, I stayed away from voting for so long because I firmly believe that if it mattered, they wouldn't let us do it. And like now I'm really starting to feel like if it doesn't, but I guess at the end of the day, what I'm going to say is like, I'm starting to get, keen on all this stuff. I'm listening to it. I'm getting in tune with it. And I think that happens at everybody's about this age for everybody. But like, all I can say is like, keep your wits about you. Don't be stupid. Like you were saying, like they don't have our best interests. What they have is their best interests and what they do. And they don't care what it costs. We're pawns and that's it. And it's like, it's not a football team that we support ride or die. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, Dallas Cowboys for life. Like I'm not a political party guy, anything like that. But it's like at this point in time, we need to go with the best option, and we're never going to have an option that we agree with 100%. And like the options that I'm presented right now, I'm not behind one of them, but you know what I'm saying? And it's like, we got to go with the better one because again,
isn't that a shame? You know what? It's our responsibility, us as younger men in this world.
Absolutely.
And the guys and gals that are listening that are our age, that are parents, we need to find leaders now.
Yeah.
Like ASAP.
This is what America was built for.
You know what's crazy is like, it's truly mind blowing how many people, we should have lines of people that want to run for office.
Right? Dude, if I knew more, like I would, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It
maybe
blows
in
my
20
mind.
some years, dude, but
you're
right. We should have more people wanting to be leaders. We should have more people wanting to be strong, and this is exactly what they're trying to take away.
Yeah.
Look at everything that they're trying to take everything away to debilitate our young men, the people that carry this country in this generation.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill all of that and take everything. That's where it starts, dude.
Yeah.
You don't have, you know what I mean? There's very strong women out there too.
Yeah.
But if you don't have strong men out there too, we're effed.
Yeah.
Completely. We're already, everybody sees it, dude. Do you like paying $400 for milk, eggs, cheese, and a bottle of Captain Crunch?
You can say whatever you want,
what's
man.
up, dude? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. No, yeah, man.
Get sick of it. Stand up. Start saying some shit. Everybody.
Yeah, you're right, man. Hey,
sorry, but
I'm glad you brought that up. So if you are thinking of running, there is a website out there. It's called Step Up, and it's stepupaz.com. It's a website that they're looking for people to run, like in any age group, right? To make that happen. Also, I gotta say it. I'm a believer. I know things are hard and it's difficult, but man, what I've seen God do.
Yeah.
God's got it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to keep, God's got it, but we got to keep God.
And honestly,
right?
something everybody that says, sorry to cut you off, but just something I want to elaborate on that because it helped me immensely a few years ago. One of my buddies, Cody Briner, helped me think of this way. I was like, well, dude, if, God has us in everything, like, why does he let this bad shit happen? Why does blah, blah, blah? God's constantly in a fight with the other side, constantly. He's doing his best. Just, sometimes things happen, and keep the faith though. You know what I mean? It's not, God's not making this happen to you. God doesn't have it out for you. God isn't trying to desecrate your life here. Mm-hmm. He's in a battle trying to fight the evils just as we are.
You don't know good until you see evil and
truth.
feel evil. So, I mean, it's a
And
sucky thing,
we're
but
seeing a lot of evil right now.
yeah. Hey, but you know what? I'm optimistic. I think we're going to be all right. It's just we need people to step up, and I mean, everything you're saying is valid, man. I wouldn't, and even if I disagreed with it, I would do it with respect, and I would tell you, hey, let's have a conversation about that. And that's another thing everybody's lost. So again,
and stop being scared of those conversations.
Yeah.
Hear them out. You don't always have to be right.
And you don't always have to listen to everybody.
Yeah.
Press skip.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, you don't like some on Netflix, you go to the next thing, right? But some of it, just be open to it. And I think that's something in life. You just got to stay open to everything.
For sure. Dude.
Thank you again.
Rock
so
star,
much,
man.
Thank you.
Rock star. Well, we're doing another episode soon, and maybe we'll jump into that stuff a little more. Maybe I'll have you jump on with somebody that's doing that. So
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Hey, keep listening. The Now You Know podcast. This is our second time with Sammy. He was on episode number 2 back in February 2021.
One of the OGs.
Yeah, he's back. It's always great to have people listening. We have a lot of listeners. We want to thank you so much. In the meantime, there's all kinds of other material to go through. We got thisismiranda.com now, localmiranda.com, and mirandafoodie.com. Check all those out. We have podcasts coming for all those different things. And if you need help getting the word out about what you do and who you are, and you have goals for your business, reach out to us. We got tons of advertising spots open on these podcasts, and we can get you on anything you can think of digitally. Have a good one.